Welcome to another Fall of the Empire. It's been a while. I've been out of town mentally. You know what I mean? I've been making money, trying to make money, trying to open businesses. You know how we doing the right. But anyway, I'm back. So and I ain't going nowhere. This time I gotta stay consistent. But yeah, man. I've been telling you about Trump that eventually he was gonna have minorities wrapped around his finger. Now that's not there yet, but we getting there. We getting there. I done told everyone I know, because the thing is that like I'm a hood. I'm a hood dude. I'm from the good hood. You know what I mean? So I dabble in politics more than your average, hood ninja. You know what I mean? A lot more. And I know the hood and I know politics, so I'm like, man, this guy Trump is gonna. I was surprised this didn't happen earlier. The thing is that in 2016, the machine really went against him. But now that the cops are going against him, bad move, bad move. Yeah, I just made Trump a nigga. You know what I mean? And he's been though, man. Trump's a New York cat, bro. That guy's street, man. Only because you're rich don't mean you're not street. Only because you was, man. I know dudes that did not have to be in the streets, man. They came from a good families, and they was more gangster than me. I mean, I wasn't a super gangster, but they definitely were. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, these dudes have a why y'all in the street, man? You live in a good home, your mom and your father, whatever, you know. Anyway, let's check out the Bronx. That's what I want to do. I want to check that out. Yeah. Yeah, let's listen to this a little bit. Let's go.
For 4 years
But
was incredible, but we
I
also learned a
apologize. Let
lot.
me do this right
We're
quick.
going to get in there very fast with the right people, great people, people that are tested and true. Years ago, there was an ice skating rink, the
Let's
Wallman
go.
rink in the middle of Central Park. You know that story? That had been under construction for more than 10 years. They couldn't get it open. It was a renovation. They couldn't get it done. Mayor Koch was at his wits' ends. They just couldn't get it finished. They couldn't get it built. They couldn't get it open. People wanted to skate before their children turned old. Almost $20 million was spent over a long period of time. It was an embarrassment.
I know one thing, man. If you show the hood love, they're gonna show you love back. The fact that this man went to the South Bronx, that must have meant something to them. Like, and you could see it. Like they was talking about it, like no one comes. No one comes to the Bronx. Who comes to the Bronx? You know what I mean? No president ever got that. Obama ain't go to no goddamn Bronx. You know what I mean? Obama ain't no hood guy. He ain't going to no Bronx. Now check this out though. Ooh, how long is this? I don't want to give you guys too much long. Here we go. 3 minutes. Here you go.
John Garland is a lifelong Bronx resident and former Democrat. And he joins me now. John Garland,
Black.
what was it like out there today?
The colored army is coming. The colored army in red is coming. I'm trying to tell you, man. We about this money, man. We about this money. We about that, all that bullshit shit the liberals are preaching. That's all for man, not for nothing. For weak man and for women. A man, a real man, don't care no matter what color you are. You're going to want to get this money. And you're going to want to go with a guy that facilitates that. And that is Donald Trump. And right now, in contemporary America, would be the Republican Party. It's not even an opinion anymore. It really isn't.
Oh, it was exciting. It was, the entire atmosphere was electrifying. There were people from all over the Bronx, black, white, Hispanic. There was Asians, there was Jews, there were it was just a smorgasbord.
I bet you if there's a poll, I'm Dominican. I bet you if there's a poll taken, Dominicans majority favor Trump by the majority. There's no way Dominicans at this point could be riding with Joe Biden, man. We're so far right in our culture, it's not even crazy. It's not even funny. I mean, we far right. Dominican people are far right. So are Mexican people, by the way. You know, yeah, man, they don't even understand. They don't even understand their constituents, Democrats. We're supposed to be their constituents. They don't understand this. You should know that eventually the Dominican people are going to go right wing.
Borg of basically patriots.
And why was everybody there today? Was it they're sick of Joe Biden, they love Trump, the economy? How would you describe it?
I would describe it as people came out here to show that they were fed up.
I can't find
They're
my goddamn
fed up
lighter, man.
With systemic racism. They're fed up with being systemically excluded. And it's not just minorities. It's about the American people, you know? And we make up a whole...
MAGA Mania in South Bronx. I like that. That's a lot of people.
We're a whole...
That's a lot of people, man. And you could tell from here, most of them are colored people. You could tell from up here, like from just looking at the crowd, mad black people, mad brown people. That looks like a crowd of minorities, actually.
That moved me, the whole thing as a whole. It was the sum of its...
Not for nothing, but it's funny what expensive eggs and butter can do. The expensive egg and butter thing has been a thing for like thousands of years. If you read history, man, when the eggs get expensive, when the milk gets expensive, sometimes people die, man. Like, eggs and milk, baby. Eggs and milk. And bacon. Eggs, milk, and bacon. Those things cannot get expensive, or you lose power.
Parts. So we had...
to milk.
I mean, there were people who were...
They love the milk.
Expressing themselves in a way like we're fed up. People from the Bronx is fed up. People from New York is fed up. And we want something different. We want change. And Donald Trump has promised to bring change. And he's proven that he can do that. You know, this isn't somebody who's just stepping into the political arena as he was in 2016. Like, now he's experienced. He's went through what he's had to go through. The man's skin is thick as steel, you know. So
yeah, that boy got some thick skin
because he's here for us.
That boy got some thick skin, boy.
You're looking for hope and change, and Donald Trump's that guy. Yes. Hope and change.
Yeah, yes.
All right.
Look at that. That's
Mr.
beautiful.
Garland, thanks so much for joining Jesse Waters Prime Time. Sounds like there's still a party going on in the background. Go enjoy yourself, all right?
Yeah, Trump's a fun dude, man. He's like me. He's fun, but he don't drink.
That's still coming in.
He don't smoke, though. I be smoking too much,
people
man.
People are just congregating and sharing ideas, and everybody was glad to be here. It was a great event.
Well, sounds like a beautiful thing. Go have a nice early Memorial.
Okay, let's go back to our good friends at MSNBC. Oh, man, they're going to hate on my boys, man. Man, why are they always hating on the rappers, yo? Like, I hate it when the Republicans do it. But now it's time for the Democrats to do it, you feel me? Because now they're going to turn on the blacks because the blacks are turning on them. Now the blacks, you see what I mean? These people treat people like pets, the gays, the blacks, the Hispanics, women, you know what I mean? You're their pets, you know. It's the season now of the LGBTQ, but the blacks are kicked. And it's funny because, you know, blacks are victims and they can't do no wrong. Even when they're murdering people, they can't do no wrong. It's always someone else's fault. But if the black guy happens to be a Republican, ooh, a murdering fucking scumbag. Like these gentlemen over here, which I don't have a problem with them. They're just rappers. Hey, rappers kill people. You know what I mean? They kill people. I'm just saying. And the left never mentions that. But they mention it about these two gentlemen.
Fellas. Rapper Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. Shout out to Sleepy Hollow. Innocent to proven guilty. Feel me?
Come on up here, fellas. How are you, man? Hey. I like that. I want to get that done.
He wants to get that done. Yo. Oh, I like that.
One thing I want to say. One thing I want to say. They always gonna whisper your accomplishments and shout your failures. Trump gonna shout the wins for all of us.
Okay.
Make America great again.
I guess that's why he loves being educated. Not the smoothest words, but it don't matter, man. It don't matter. We all here. We are the people. That's how people sound in America. You know what I mean? Not that everybody is uneducated or anything like that, but like we're all the same. Those same guys there that sound like that probably have a lot more money than me, probably help a lot more people than me. You know, that's the beauty of America, that you can have a guy that reads 100 books, and that's good for you. And you can have a guy that, you know, maybe doesn't read 100 books, but is a hard worker or discovered a talent, and he can produce and take care of his people, take care of the country. You know what I mean? That's funny though, but they shit all over these guys. I'm gonna put it right now.
Raucous beachfront rally in New Jersey drew between
Let's see if I
80
could
and
just go
100,000
to the
people,
rappers.
according to Wildwood officials. But then those same Republican officials later said that the number reflected not really how many people were at the rally per se, but rather it was the number of people, quote, in our town. Make it make sense, or rather don't. We know the absurdity is the point. This is a thing with Donald Trump, an overinflated sense of self, and
You see, so it's in
more
the
popular, admired, and well received than he actually is.
so
You know,
nobody from Bronx Crossing.
Dictators.
Hold on, look, nobody from Bronx co-signs, which is bullshit, because mad people were there from the Bronx. And now take this out. Trump brings out rappers accused of murder at Bronx rally. And what other situation would MSNBC and this hag would put rappers accused of murder? You know what I mean? They just won't do that. If the rapper is accused of murder, they'll start pandering to him and say that he's innocent. Unless it's like against, you know, unless he's slapping chicks like P. Diddy. The left is a very soft spot, which, you know, we all have a soft spot for people abusing women. But if men are being abused, or if men are being abused, or even children are being abused, they don't bother them. Don't seem to bother them at all. Let's see. Reactions. Oh, let's see this guy. Trump probably was, that guy looks like me. He looks Dominican.
There are a lot of people in the community that do actually believe that Donald Trump is the best candidate.
Everybody wants Trump to win.
What?
Trump was the best thing that happened to New York. He defended us during COVID.
Wow. You already know, baby.
That's Bronx community members
you see what I mean? I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. These dudes, they could be hating on Trump because it's popular culture. You know, we minorities, we're very cultural people. You know what I mean? But when the eggs get expensive, when the bacon gets expensive, when the butter gets expensive, y la leche, we gonna get mad. We need the milk. We loves the milk. Si la leche se pone cara, la vaina se pone fea. Sin leche, no hay felicidad en la vida. Without milk, there is no happiness. That's a very old Caribbean saying.
Trump amid his historic rally as the first Republican presidential candidate to actively campaign for the general election in New York City in decades.
Oh, I still haven't found a lighter.
Is a New York City-based YouTuber.
Excuse me for 5 seconds. Here, I'll leave you with this guy, this handsome gentleman right here. I'm sure this guy's Dominican. You feel me? Now I'm gonna listen to him. Fuck it. I'm not even gonna go.
And Lou suggested a place. I said I want to go and meet the people. I want to go where we can just find randoms. And
we're not going to Pelham. We're going straight to East Tremont, and we're going straight to the hood, and we're going to go talk to the people about the upcoming rally. And speaking of the rally, I thought it was a massive success. You know, the mainstream media has been having a field day trying to, you know, take pictures from earlier in the day. I mean, that's just not, you know, for me, I'm not even focused on that. I see what they're trying to do, but in my opinion, there was a lot of people from the Bronx that were there. and a lot of different faces. And I believe that a lot of people's voices were heard. As you can see, look at that beautiful, diverse crowd.
Yeah, you see that?
So it was definitely a good time.
You see that?
Yeah, you know, one of the interesting things was when
That's a lot of browns and blacks, yellows and shit.
Background to some,
know what I mean?
Some of these people. So one of the guys that we talked to was, you know, he owned a little corner store, and you're like, yeah, someone was shot just down the street. Of course, this guy's like gonna support something else.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was on the video. He was speaking of Trump. He's a young Muslim and that loves Trump, and there's a lot of that going on, right?
Ooh, if the Muslims start liking Trump, then the Democrats really gotta go put their head in the fucking sand. If the Muslims start liking Trump, the Muslims, man, we good to go, man. We all getting rich. You know what I mean? We want a strong economy so that the people that want to get rich, even the lazy people, get more rich. Because life becomes easier when people that make the moves and they succeed. You know, they bring services. All of a sudden, you know, a fat fuck could be an even fatter fuck because of Uber Eats. You know what I mean? That's what a strong economy does. It creates ideas, incentives, money. That's what we see in Trump. That's what we know he brings us. He already brought it.
Like I said, I see so many different comments, so many people making these decisions. Like I saw AOC saying that, oh, there's going to be a bunch of Long Island, Staten Island, all his friends are going to come, and I hope they pay this congestion bill, and I hope they pay these tolls. Man, if you
look at that crowd. Look at that crowd, man.
They are tired of tolls, and they hear that this congestion thing is happening, and then to hear somebody from a New York City politician come out and say that, yo, I hope y'all pay this toll. So then Trump comes out, and you know, he comes out and says that within the first week, I will terminate this upcoming congestion bill. So, you know, this is where populism comes to live, not die. When these types of conversations happen, this is what everyday New Yorkers are facing. I'm not even trying to bash any of the New York City politicians, but what I'm saying is there's a certain way you talk. Kathy Hochul, like, just look at the crowd, right? So when she says clowns, you're talking to me, you're talking to a whole bunch of people that just want to listen, right? There's people that already...
Yo, and let me tell you, man, you cannot call Bronx people clowns. They don't forget that shit. You can't humiliate the minorities in America. They take that shit very, 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 very seriously, which is why they haven't voted Republican since forever. Because the Republicans just ignore them. They at some point, they were just like, listen, you know, we're just not culturally aligning with them. They're just not listening. Let's just ignore them. And that ignoration it's why, you know, I believe minorities vote just to stick it to you. Just to stick it to you. At least the Democrats are talking to us. But I knew Trump would do this, man. I knew Trump was the one. Because he's a street guy. I don't care what no one says, man. I'm a street guy. That guy's a street guy. Like I told you, man, I know guys that really didn't have to be in the street to be more street than me. I mean, they were in the street. Like you have to be in the street. But it's an attitude. You're born with that, man. Some people are just born for the grind, for the hustle, for the hood.
already made up their mind. They're going to vote. But there's people that were in that crowd that just wanted to listen. They were Democrats their whole lives.
Yeah.
On that, Lou, I want to ask you this, and I want to go right to what I think is real about this. So I saw some popular commentators. Right before we came in here, I said, do you know Sleepy Hollow? And the two rappers that got on stage. I saw somebody say, has anybody ever heard of these?
Ooh, we getting back to the rappers. I like those guys. Sleepy Hollow. Shout out again to Sleepy Hollow. Innocent to proven guilty. MAGA, Make America Great Again. We under the same umbrella.
These rappers, the implication is always that the support is not real. And it's almost like an extension of the you ain't black if you don't vote for me, for Joe Biden. In other words, anybody that would attend a Donald Trump rally or any person, they're not really from the Bronx.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what I'm hearing from you two is, no, we were in the Bronx.
Yeah, we were in the Bronx, and once again, I just think that that liberal or Democratic approach is just wrong. It's wrong because, you know, in my opinion, what I would have loved to have heard from the politicians that represent me and in my state or city or district, I'd like to hear, hey, I love my New Yorkers. I don't like Trump. I hate his guts. But New Yorkers have all the right in the world to go listen to who they want to, and they'll make their own decision. How about that? How about let's not be so condescending and calling people clowns and, you know, start to get to these insults. That doesn't make any sense to me, and that's just something wild to hear from your politicians. I mean, it feels to me that when it comes to Trump, man, people lose their stuff, they lose their cool, and then, you know, that's...
It's called TDS, player. It's called that, TDS. I know a lot of people with it. Trump derangement syndrome. Ooh, shout out to my buddy Ralph.
It's unfortunate that, you know, they couldn't just send love and, you know, whatever, but it's just unfortunate.
You know what was interesting to me when I heard him at the rally? His message, that speech could have been given in 2015 when he was campaigning the first time for the...
Yeah.
There's something very authentic about somebody who doesn't pander just because the audience is more diverse.
Yeah.
I think people pick up on that.
You know, I saw something, like I said, like I've been looking at the articles, obviously, you know, been covering a lot of this stuff for the last 2 years on my YouTube channel, and you know, I was looking at the articles to see how they would flip this, and boy, oh boy, they just didn't disappoint. They did exactly what I thought they were gonna do. Like I said, this isn't even about Trump. This is about bringing attention to how many young black men, Hispanic young men and women have died from fentanyl, from overdose. I've had a family member who almost...
A story in 5 words.
Ooh.
De Niro babbles outside Trump trial. Roll it.
I love this city. I don't want to destroy it.
This guy, bro, what is up with this old fuck? Into this dude. This dude is obsessed. This guy's got TDS, like, for real. This dude is, like, obsessed with Trump. Poor guy, man. You see what I mean? He's rich as fuck, successful as hell. He's got the fame, the accolades, and he's a miserable old fuck. How does that happen? How does that happen? I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm not trying to find out either. I'm trying to avoid it.
Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country, and eventually he could destroy the world. I don't mean to scare you. No.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but there was some clear fuck Joe Bidens, like, by the crowd. Peep this, peep this, peep this, peep this, peep this. That's funny.
Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the
city,
but the country, and eventually he could destroy the world. I don't mean to scare you. No, wait, maybe I do mean to scare you. If Trump returns to the White House, you can kiss these freedoms goodbye that we all take for granted. And elections, forget about it. Do we want him running this country and saying, I'm not leaving, I'm dictator for life? The only way to preserve our freedoms and hold on to our humanity is to vote for Joe Biden for president. We're trying to be gentlemen in this world. The Democrats, you are gangsters.
Excuse me.
You are gangsters. You're washed up.
That would be a compliment to me, Tyrus, if De Niro called me a gangster.
A gangster, I know, right?
Yeah,
that shit will feel gangster. De Niro called me a gangster. I'm for real, for real. Let's see what this idiot Charlamagne had to say. Bro, Charlamagne is the worst. Oh, man, I will eat this guy alive. This guy's got it's a pea brain. I don't know why people respect him so much. I guess you just landed these positions because, you know, you landed these positions and now you represent people. But if I was an African-American, I would not be wanting to represent by this. This guy is pathetic. This guy's a pathetic little bitch, in my opinion. Making excuses. Man don't make excuses. Especially for other men, like reparations. That's disgusting. It really is disgusting. I got too much testosterone for that shit. You know what I mean? I gotta get my own, baby.
Robert De Niro, I am one of those people that suffer from Trump derangement syndrome. I think he is a threat to democracy.
Really?
I think that he led an attempted coup in this country.
You know what? Respect. He at least admitted that he got Trump derangement syndrome. He admitted that shit. Oh, there you go. Fair play. Fair play to the fishbowl head.
Said he wanted to suspend the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election.
This guy's such a bitch that he let some guy tell him that, like, into his face and sold his whole race. Like, I cannot let some dude say that if you don't vote for me, you're not Dominican, and he's not even Dominican. Nah. I would have had to check him. But then again, I'm not a pussy liberal with rainbow flags in my fucking studio.
At least that's just not a patriotic thing to say.
I don't believe that.
He absolutely said that on Truth Social.
I will look that up.
He did.
He wanted to suspend the Constitution.
He said we should suspend the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. He said it on Truth Social, then said he didn't say it. So listen, I read Project 25. I'm one of those guys that's like, I don't know if he will necessarily leave. I hope he does, as you said.
I don't. Like I said,
hope
I think
he does.
even if I think this happens more with our presidents than I think, because now we can see everything, and Trump made everything so transparent because he was on TV every day and everyone was watching the camera.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet, and again, I'm not justifying the bad behavior of January 6th, but I'm willing to bet every president, when he got the note that he was not, when he was out, they were calling everybody like, can we fix this? Are we sure?
Mm-hmm.
And I think just given the fact that Biden's biggest claim to fame was he got to be Barack Obama's VP. And it was more of the Barack. I voted for Barack twice. I voted for Trump. Looks like it's going to be 3 times now. But the point is, like, it was the greatness of Barack that helped him over. Now that there's no more Barack, this is all Biden's presidency, and it's been embarrassing. So people are like, are we willing to go back to a poor sport who at least was getting our taxes right, or a wandering fool who's letting the worst part of the Democratic Party get their stuff past him because he doesn't have the...
Neither. We deserve better. The American people deserve better from both parties.
I'm not running, though. All right, we got to move on.
Right shoes.
There would be no women in your cabinet.
I'll have you know, I have lots of women in my cabinet.
That's pretty funny. One more, and I'm out of here. This was This was 7 years ago. 7 years ago. This is during the 2016 elections.
I love those pink signs. Women for Trump. I love the signs behind me. Blacks for Trump. I like those signs.
Watch. You'll see. You'll see. Watch.
Blacks
Watch.
for Trump. You watch. You watch. Those signs are great. Thank you.
He knew. He knew. He knew. He's like, eventually they're going to see the reels and they're going to fuck with me. That's why he said that. You'll see. You'll see. I'm telling you. I'm going to keep playing that. I'm going to keep playing that. But anyway, thanks for sticking with me. I really appreciate that. Follow the empire. Hopefully not. But I'm back. F.O.E. Wow. Check you guys out, man. Thank you very much. Have a great day.